Miles ago, Geall.
Shouldn't we be going faster?
Nah, with Bel Air Direct, you can save money on your optional car insurance by driving safely.
Up to 25%. Slow and steady, Geall.
Save up to 25% for safe driving on your optional car insurance with Bel Air Direct.
Woo-hoo! Sick fight, you gotta see this. Look, 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 look.
Shh, I'm saving money.
Save up to 25% on your optional car insurance for safe driving with Bel Air Direct.
Miles ago, Geall.
Shouldn't we be going faster?
Nah, with Bel Air Direct, you can save money on your optional car insurance by driving safely.
Up to 25%.
Woo-hoo! Sick fight.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Golden Ears Winter Club. I am Jordan Kiss, alongside Will Sutton as we get set for the finals on the men's side here at the Coronation Business Group King Cash Spiel. It's Team Cotter versus Team Geall. Two teams who are undefeated so far this week.
Jim Cotter drew the button with his last stone there in the last stone draw contest, so he'll have the hammer here in the first end.
And it's the Team Cotter League, longtime lead for Jim, Rick Swatsky.
Both teams went 4-0 in pool play here and had byes to the semifinal, so there weren't any upsets this morning in the semi from those quarterfinalist teams, and Sean Geall and Jim Cotter found themselves here in the final today.
Very good matchup. As Rick draws to the back of the button, and Sean's going to ask his league, Nick Meister, to lock it right back on.
This is a new team completely this year. All four of these guys were playing with different teams last year, so lots of experience here. And Nick Meister, the Canadian junior champion with Tyler Tardy back in 2017.
The youngest on this Team Geall team.
He's an ice maker at the Langley Curling Club.
As this one comes in nicely, if they can get it there, it's going to be really close. Jared Koloyama and Sebastian Rebillard on the sweep. And here's the newest member on this Jim Cotter team, or no, it's actually still Rick Swatsky, getting ahead of myself.
Rick and Jim have been teammates for years now. Longtime teammates here, and
Long-time teammates, numerous Briar appearances.
Olympic trials.
Olympic trials almost made the Sochi Olympics. One win away.
First look there at Andrew Nerpin, the new second on Team Cotter.
Played with Sean last year, along with Jeff Richard. Went to a Briar with them.
Beating Jim Cotter in that final back in 2018 in Parksville, I believe.
Yep. Sean Geall with the kind of in-off for the win, if I remember correctly. And good shot there by Sebastian.
So Jim sees a chance here to kill both Reds and roll his shooter away a little bit. That'll leave him sitting 3. Big opportunity here right off the bat here. No shortage of rocks in play. Would have liked to see that one curl just a little bit more to take this shot away.
Yeah, angle's not great for Team Geall. Team Cotter was rolled through the competition here this week.
Andrew's originally from Northern Ontario. He's been out here in BC for a number of years now, and nice shot there to sit 3 here in the first end of play.
Makes it with ease, yeah. Sitting 3 with the last rock. Now Sean's got to chase a little bit here. Is just maybe just a quick hit and roll to sit buried. course, over on sheet 2, it's the women's final, Team Ryan versus Team Daniels. We'll try to update you on what's going on there as much as we can as well. Make sure everybody gets as much coverage as possible. It's Nick Meister here on the sweep as they over sweep that one maybe a little bit, maybe trying for the double. But right now it is Cotter sitting 2, and he's gonna elect just to play the nose hit on this one, Will, and so he could also maybe just draw in behind the guard.
Absolutely. Looking to make the hit and roll here. Team Cotter with hammer in the first end here. Just switch the turns there. They were looking at the center line out turn, but just switching to the outside in one here. Right around a little straighter than they thought, and not going to get the roll inside, but still sitting 3.
An opportunity now for Team Geall to make a freeze. Even freeze it on the top one will probably be better than freeze it on the back.
For sure. Jim's team really wanted the inside roll there. Another option would have been to draw. Those hit and rolls are a tougher shot, but just still learning the ice here in the first end.
That's the first stone for Jared Kolayama.
Jared played third last year for Daniel Wenzek. Daniel's team lost a tiebreaker last night to West Craig to miss the playoffs. Jared was the third on that team last year. They had a good run at the BC Men's Championships.
Nick Meister was always also on that team as well, as Jared's originally from Manitoba.
Nice tough delivery.
Yep. Good old Manitoba tuck. Played some couple years with William Lyburn. There's this rock. It's got some steam to it. And it's gonna hit the blue and roll to the back of the 12-foot or the 8-foot there.
So chance now for Team Cotter to really choke things off here and sit 3 behind that center guard with hammer.
Also, the other option is to hedge and sit 4, but it gives Geall the same shot. He's going to call for that come around freeze. And it's Team Cotter third, Steve Laycock. Of course, made a name for himself playing in Saskatchewan, where he's from. Many Brier appearances for him for that province, including a bronze medal.
I believe he's a Canadian and World Junior Champion as well.
He is too. Second year playing with Jim. This one looks a little heavy. We'll come to the back, but roll on top of the red. It is 3 for blue.
That path just surprising both thirds in this first end. It's a little quicker than they thought. Maybe a few more rocks have been down it already. And chance now for Jared to make up for that last one and get his team out of this one in the first end as Jim Cotter sits 3 with last rock.
Yeah, things looking really nice for Team Cotter here.
While Nick is used to playing front end, it's a new role for Sebastian, as he was a last rock thrower at the BC Men's last year and playing, holding the broom, I believe,
for Team Barry.
Sorry, Josh Barry called the game, but Sebastian was the last rock thrower and swept as a third wood.
This one again's got a little extra steam. They're trying to get by that top one to sit on the back, and they will. Good result there.
Yeah, not shot stone, but out counting a couple of those blues, and still a nice chance for Jim to set up his 2 or 3 ender here by making a freeze. In front of the tee line is the key.
Steve gets set. Don't expect him to miss 2 draws heavy, and definitely learned his lesson from the first time. Sweepers are on this from out of the gate here.
Line looks great. Just trying to get this one to curl a little more.
Andrew Nurpin on the brush, and perfect shot by Steve Laycock, and now Team Cotter is sitting 2 here, but there is a double here for Team Geall.
Looks like that rock is about half open.
Half open. Try to spill it out and hopefully sit there in front of the tee in the 4-foot at sit 2. Also watch this blue one here. This also, depending on the angles where you hit it, could also maybe spill onto the blue at the back and jam there. You can see from our view here, not a lot Sean can see of this rock. Just about half. Enough. Well, no, he can see enough of what he needs to hit. Really just make contact here and they'll go.
He's close.
It's close, and it will make contact with the blue. It will spin up, but it is red now sitting 1, frozen on the back of the 4-foot. James now going to look to come around the corner. Not much he can do with that red one at the back of the rings, is there, Will?
No, you come right onto it. You're just going to see Sean freeze to you, and that scoring area is going to get real small. So Jim's looking for this one to be full 4-foot in front of the tee line. Not wanting to allow Sean to freeze to it to get the force that way.
Jim Cotter now with his first stone here in the men's final. Oh, he almost falls there. It's all good as the sweepers haven't really touched this too much. Is it caught in the same spot Steve and Jared were caught in, as this one looks like it might be sliding past. It is definitely not light.
Fortunately, looks like he stays just for shot stone there, so
Team Geall just sit right there.
so doesn't want to really move things back there, just wants to freeze in the pocket there and ensure that Jim can't make a double of some sort on his 2 reds.
Really, you can put this anywhere, as I don't think there's going to be much of a double for Jim. And freeze to it, he can go top 4. That red's, for the most part, is locked in there. It is a freeze attempt here for Sean Geall. Without last rock.
Got lots of room early, and sweepers on it now for weight, it looks like.
So it's got to get there to get shot. Needs almost full 4. Will they get there? And it will be a little short, and it's going to be, looks like a... Is there maybe a shot there from a little more than 2? I don't think he can hit that blue one thin enough to...
I don't think so. It looks
swing it
like
across.
Jim's just going to take his deuce here, and
Got lots of back in here. Can afford to be heavy. Just needs a piece of the 4 for his deuce.
yeah, he doesn't want to bump that rock on the center line too far though. So just looking to draw the button here. Seen a few rocks heavy in this path, this end here from both teams.
3 breeze have been on this since it left Jim's hand. And it comes up light.
A little further out there, and looks like everyone's getting a little caught.
Very rare mistake from Jim Cotter, as he did have the back in there to use, but it is only a score of 1 for Team Cotter here after one in the men's final of the King Cash.
Miles ago, Geall.
Shouldn't we be going faster?
Nah, with Bel Air Direct, you can save money on your optional car insurance by driving safely.
Up to 25%. Slow and steady, champ.
Save up to 25% for safe driving on your optional car insurance with Bel Air Direct.
Back here in the Golden Ears Winter Club of the men's final of the Coronation Business Group King Cash Spiel. Jordan Kiss here alongside Will Sutton in this first event here on the BC Men's Curling Tour, brought to you by Bel Air Direct Insurance and Best Western, the official hotel of Curl BC. It was only a score of 1 for Team Cotter in the first after Jim came up light on the draw. As Rick Sawatsky kicks us off here. Put that on the center line. Is Jim's going to go the aggressive route here, and Sean's going to call for the corner guard, Will.
Absolutely, yeah. So sometimes you'll see a skip just go right around that center guard here with the leads first, but Sean, not wanting to bring play down to the middle too early here with last stone advantage, wants to put up a corner guard and keep play to the wings.
Quick update over on Sheet 2 in the women's final. Team Ryan picks up the deuce in the first stand over Team Daniels to go up 2-0 in that one. And a well-executed corner by Nick Meister. Rick tries to draw around his own.
Great shot there. It's really nice to leave that rock in the top 8 foot. There's no need to come right into the 4 foot this early in the end. So great rock placement there from Rick Sawatsky, the longtime lead for Jim Cotter. Shots like that's the reason why.
Nick Meister will try to follow him in and sit on top. Of course, we've had a great ice condition so far this week as Dean Jonice, the manager here at the Golden Ears Winter Club and the head ice tech, has done a fantastic job taking care of his ice. And Nick Meister.
Nice freeze there. Nice freeze tap. Sorry, freeze tap there from Nick. Nice to actually open that blue one up a little bit if you're Team Geall.
It's poking out a little bit there on the right. Jim's gonna come in the other way now. Could this red corner guard maybe come into play here? Because we did see in the last game, or this morning's game, a couple of rocks didn't really curl this far out.
Yeah, this ball went a little straighter for Tyler Klimchuk on one draw, and Jeff Richard on a guard, I recall.
This one looks fine though. It seems
Yeah,
it's
it looks
already
to be curling nicely. So choice now for Sean in a moment after this one is made. We can maybe go up and peel that center guard.
He's just going to play the hit and roll here.
Yeah, this is another nice chance here, and open up that middle a little bit and make use of his corner guard that he threw there off the bat. Andrew was just a little heavy with his first.
Sebastian Robillard now. They try to get the roll over. And they do.
Great shot there from Sebastian. Used to making lots of big shots in that back end position. I think he'll be a real weapon for Team Geall at second this season.
Lots of experience behind him as well. Many years here in BC, a couple in Quebec as well. Originally from New Brunswick. Now it's Andrew Nerpin, the new second on the Team Cotter team, of course replacing Tyrell Griffith. This one's running a little straight as Steve Laycock's on it, trying to make it curl. And he will hit and roll out.
Like Andrew just got that one back out to the broom a little bit, and we've seen those center line out hits run really straight if you throw them a little east or west on release.
Soft way to hit here by Team Geall. Maybe a little roll behind. This one's got maybe a little extra speed to it.
Meister's trying to move this one over there as much as he can.
Love to stick in the rings. But a little heavy as the blue will hang around. And it's still red, sitting shot rock on the top of the 8-foot. Jim maybe electing to play the run back here.
Yeah, hair on the inside there of. Or he's actually just looking at the hit and roll now, is he?
Yep, that's.
You know, I like this call. You threw that center guard for a reason, and running it back there be a little risky. Like to use it later on in the end here. So the third for Team Cotter, just being asked to make a hit and roll here. Lie 2.
This one's getting very close to the blue. Looks like it might rack, and it will. I'll try to spill it in, but they will not. As the front is now open for Team Geall. Now
A couple different side corner guards to go around. Might see a split here of some sort, or just a straight draw.
Charlie, you do have to be careful that you don't leave a double if you do go for the straight draw. Freeze to the back is not a bad call either. That way, if you do that, Jim can't freeze on it again and sit shot rock.
Yeah, the only trouble with the freeze, I think, is if Jim goes on to make that hit and roll on the top there on his next, you won't be shot rock and it'll be buried. But didn't mind his first call there, just behind the tee line or on the tee line.
Yep, tee line's good as well, I think.
It looks like they're playing to the back one here.
Jared Pulayama, a runner-up at the BC mixed doubles last year. Samantha Fisher, they came up short against Cody Tanaki in Katera Park. squeezed by the wrong one and
Lovely shot.
locks it on the front, and they are now sitting 2 with Hammer here in the second end.
So Jim's got about 2 rocks he can roll behind there, maybe a rock and a half because they're overlapping. So hit and rolls are difficult, more difficult shots, but nicer when you have a bigger wall to roll behind. So he's looking to stick around here and be close on the roll.
Saw a lot of hit and roll outs in the last game of women's semifinal.
Keeping the weight up with this one.
You're trying to make contact with the one at the back as well, and they will all go. Steve
result
Laycock
there.
with a great shot. And it does pop open on the right, allowing Team Geall to do a hit and roll. It is a tricky hit and roll here. I don't think you can. Looks like maybe it's just edge on edge. It just looks like.
Yeah, it's a bit of a guess too. A new path here for him. Looks like Sean called board weight, so going to keep the sweepers really involved in this one.
This one's hanging out there. It will make contact, but won't make enough, and it. As the rock will spill to the back 8 foot. And Team Cotter.
Momentum shifted here a little bit.
Yes, absolutely.
Sorry, Jordan, I interrupted you.
No, it's all good now. What can you do here if you're Jim Cotter's will?
Well, you're looking now to force your opposition to a point. There's not really a setup for a steal here, so it's all about forcing the opposition to a point and not giving up 2. So you're going to see Jim go around the corner guard here and try to keep this rock in front of the tee line. If he can place it right behind that corner guard, about half buried, it won't give Sean a chance to use it. I don't think you'd see Sean play that in-turn draw around the outside. That looks pretty tough, and didn't get a great read on that last one.
So Jim Cotter trying to redeem himself after pulling the string on his draw on the first. Looking to bury this one behind the corner guards. Again, this one looks a little tight out of his hand. And again, this light by Jim Cotter. The second in a row where he's come up short.
So Sean's looking to blank this end now, so he's just looking to hit this on the nose. You might think he wants to roll buried, but all that would do is give Jim a chance to freeze and force him to 1. So it's about bonking this one on the nose, and hopefully Jim doesn't make the hit and roll back on him.
Sean with his first here in the second end. This one's starting to move on them. Is he gonna hit it? He will hit it, and is he gonna sit? And Steve Laycock is gonna sweep that one out. So
a bit of an unforced error there out of from Sean Geall. Is going to give Jim Cotter a chance to bury one behind that guard and force Sean to a point.
Jim looking to find that draw weight.
Both teams still figuring things out early here at the finals of the King Cash and Maple Ridge. The first leg of our BC Curling Tour. I'd like to thank Via Sport and Hosting BC for supporting all events on the BC Men's and Ladies Curling Tour this season.
Sweepers are staying away from this one. This one looks heavy as Jim struggling to find draw weight early on here. Now, will it hang on in the back? It will not. And it's going to be a throw through attempt for Sean Geall for the blank. Sean Geall will just throw that one through. It's a blank here in the second end. I'm going to now draw our attention over to sheet 2 on the women's side.
Sarah Daniels has what looks to be a hit for 2 here, or sorry, a hit to sit 2 on her first.
Sarah with the hammer here. Kayla McMillan holding the broom. Sarah Loken and Holly Horvat on the brush.
This is Sarah's ladies team this year, along with spare Holly Horvat. We'll see her in action again at the Anita Cochran next weekend with her junior squad. Nice spot there. Doesn't look like an easy double's been left or anything, so Shannon's suggesting the hit and roll from her skipper, Kristen Ryan.
Team Ryan representing the Golden Ears Winter Club, the throw together team here. And again, as I mentioned in the semifinal, maybe they should consider playing the rest of the season together.
Yeah, lots of veteran experience and on that team, and definitely a good test for everybody this weekend.
It's over on sheet 3. Jim's calling for the center guard from Rick. Sweepers are on this one here, and so will hit and roll out, and it's going to be an open draw to the house for Sarah Daniels to score her 2 here and tie this one back up. Or Sarah looking for her first win on the women's tour. Won many events on the junior side of things, including the only winner of the Anita Cochran Memorial on the women's side, a 4-time champion.
Yeah, I think that is correct. I can't remember another ladies team winning it. I know Corinne Brown was in it a couple of times.
Yeah, she beat Corinne Brown twice.
There we go, Jordan. You know your curling history.
I do. I was there. Of course, only 3, I want to brag a little bit here, only 3 champions on the men's and women's side in the Anita Cochran Junior Spiel. Sarah Daniels, Tyler Tardy, and myself.
Wow, that is impressive. You're in quite a field there, Jordan.
That is some elite company. Enough of my gloating, time to focus on the games going on here.
And Sarah's going to make no mistake on that draw for 2 and tie things up with Team Ryan here, and we'll be back just after this break.
Miles ago, champ.
Shouldn't we be going faster?
Nah, with Bel Air Direct, you can save money on your optional car insurance by driving safely.
Up to 25%. Slow and steady, champ.
Save up to 25% for safe driving on your optional car insurance with Bel Air Direct.
Back here at the Golden Ears Winter Club, it's the third end of the men's final between Team Cotter and Team Geall. I'm Jordan Kiss with Will Sutton. And as we're getting set for second stones here. Jim's asking Andrew for the come around freeze on their own. And it's going to come on bite, but they will play the guard.
So lots of rocks in play here early in the third end.
It's not looking so great right now for Team Geall as two staggered guards. And it's burying one of Team Cotter's stones, and it's going to just play a peel here, try to clear the front a bit.
I was focused on the Daniels game a bit. I'm thinking Sean called two corner guards this end, did he? Or was one of those draws just light?
I honestly don't know.
Okay.
I was focusing on the girls' game as well. But it is Sebastian Robillard with the peel attempt. We'll get two of them moving, a little better for Team Geall.
But if you're Team Cotter, you've got a center guard up, another high center, and you're shot stone. So you're going to lob another one in there. And with the separation between these three rocks, it's a really tough situation right now for the Geall team.
And it's going to come on the out-turn side here. And if you also wanted to, the in-turn is still a very makeable shot, too.
Yeah, lots of room on both sides here. So it's all about what you know and preference.
Of course, this is the spot they played in the first end. This one's coming in nicely as Rick sweeping that one in, and it's going to run right into his own as now Team Cotter sitting two without last rock, and Team Geall going to be forced to play a very long run back peel, what you would say.
Looking to make the double peel here. A little full.
This one's got to move as one hits the blue one at the back, and he's actually just going to get the one at the top.
So Team Cotter is looking to replace that center guard and keep some separation between the guard currently on the ice. So this is going to be in the what we call the one zone.
And for some people as well, this might be another opportunity just to go in and put one back on top of those two in the house.
For sure. I think what you're seeing here with the Cotter team is just respecting that upweight ability of and run back ability of Team Geall and trying to make the run back or peel as hard as you can. So as much separation between that rock on the top button and this guard would be great. So looking for the one zone here.
It's now Steve Laycock with his first here in the third. This one's coming a little close. And it will lock on. So yeah, double peel here before Team Geall.
Yeah, a little easier than that last double peel, and
Maybe try and get a corner guard of this.
on getting onto third's last stone here, I'm not really sure a second corner guard is all that relevant. Might be worth just making the double peel here and opening up a side of the sheet for yourself in case you got to make a tough draw on your last.
Is that also maybe just making this shot a little more complicated than what it needs to be?
Could be here. So he's just looking to make the double peel and I think roll away.
We'll roll away as both blues go.
Nice shot there. Able to use both those reds still. No stagger and
Although they do look kind of locked on together. Might be a factor later on.
Yeah, might be tough to use these.
If he has to run one in, like right now, he can't run one of those corner guards on those 2 blue rocks.
Exactly. So Jim now looking to replace the center guard, and
Could also mention that last shot rock by Team Geall now blocks off the drop path to the 4-foot on that side of the ice.
guard's a little tougher now without that other guard there for him to in the previous shot.
Again, this one is sliding a little deeper than what they would want it to be. This one's gonna come just short of the house.
Nice chance here now for Jared to get all 3 of those moving. Pretty well a nose hit would do it, maybe a little inside.
Deal you can do it and roll away. In a perfect world.
Nice
get
shot
them all
there.
the moving and
Slightly overswept. Doesn't get rid of that back blue one, but good shot there from Jared. And
it's a big improvement for Team Geall as those 2 aren't locked on together. And Jim now will come around the redstone. See if he can get his draw weight here. He's missed his last 3 draws. 2 of them have been light. The other one was heavy. Jim Cotter set to deliver his first rock here in the 3rd end. Nurpin and Sawatsky on the brush. A good job of him as Jim gets a little closer to finding that draw weight, but it does leave a hit and roll now for Team Geall. Sean Geall, a 2-time provincial winner on the men's side here in BC. The last one in 2018. First one coming in 2009. I believe he went 6 and 5 on that Briar, if I'm not mistaken. The sweepers are very close on this one. This one, get on them, and they in a perfect roll as Steve Laycock kind of makes that one a little better for him. Okay, but it does leave the opportunity for Jim to sit top button here and really make it difficult for Sean on his final stone. Rushers are staying close to this one. It's not light, and again, it's got some speed to it, and that's going to slide right on by. We'll sit back for, and again, the story so far for Team Cotter is that Jim has not found his draw weight here. Sometimes at this point with this elite level of players, you'd say maybe it's the rocks, but we've seen this sheet all weekend, and that's
for sure, Jordan. I mean, draw weight has been a struggle in some of the other games this week, but looks just like the teams are still finding their feet out here.
Now Sean's got a jar to the 4-foot for his 2 to tie this one up.
Sweepers seem to think it's hot early too.
Does have backing, but it does have to curl a bit to get to it.
1329 on the hog to hog, so that's definitely heavy.
But it looks good. It's gonna make its way to the backing. Does the job, and it's gonna be a score of 2 for Team Geall, tying this up here in the men's final of the Coronation Business Group King Cash.
Woo-hoo. Sick fight. You gotta see this. Look. 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 Look.
Shh. I'm saving money.
Save up to 25% on your optional car insurance for safe driving with Bel Air Direct.
Back here inside the Golden Ears Winter Club, Jordan Kiss with you alongside Wilson. I did say it would be tied up, but no, it is a 2-1 lead for Team Geall here in the final. As Nick Meister gets us underway here in the 4th end. And Sean's asking for it on the top of the 4-foot, and it will slide a little deep. Back of the 4, and like to see Jim call a corner guard here. It's Rick Sawatsky now. And he gets that to the correct position. Now Nick Meister here trying to throw the guard. And it's gonna come up there right on the center line. They're trying to get it over their own rock here. And Jim's gonna decide to play come around, or maybe hit and roll, as that redstone is open in the back of the 4-foot. And that is what they are going to do. Rick Sawatsky with his second stone here in the 4th end. will hit it and roll to the middle of that hole there. Now, Jean will ask Sebastian to roll it back towards the center. We're on this one right away. And it will roll and will peek out the other side to the hair, but a great shot there by Sebastian Robillard. And looks like a small tap now here for Team Cotter. This one right away. This one's diving towards the center guard. Can they hang on? Will it get by? And it just doesn't. It's just a little tight to the broom there from Andrew. As Rick was on that one the entire way down, and Team Geall now looking to take advantage of it and sink one there center line.
Sweepers don't want to touch this one, it looks like.
As it will come up on top of the button. Nice shot by Sebastian. Now, wouldn't that one be a little better, Will, if that was just a little higher?
Yeah, I think a little higher you would likely have seen Jim go up and play the run back, but with that coming a little deep now, it's going to try to make a small tap here, and it'll be advantage Team Cotter with two Geall rocks behind the tee line. Andrew Nerpin, the new second on Jim Cotter's team this season. Played last year with Sean Geall. His opposing skip today.
Again, this one's diving. Did they wait too long on this one?
Looks like a peach.
Oh, looking very nice from Andrew Nerpin, and he's going to bump it out and sit second rock here. Now, if your Team Geall, do you put up another guard? Or do you try to make this maybe come in and freeze to the blue one?
No, freeze is fine, and a guard's a nice call too. You don't want this guard to be a high guard though. They're looking here, they want this to be a tight guard, so Team Geall, Team Cotter's not able to freeze another one on top in there and set something up.
And over on sheet 2, Kristen Ryan makes her draw for one to give her team back the lead. It's now 3-2 over on the women's final. This one's coming in nicely. Great shot there by Jared as it comes to rest on the center line on the top of the 12-foot. Jim's gonna a tricky shot here and just draw to the side of the button. Steve Laycock gets ready to throw his first stone here.
Looking to freeze on the back red one.
This one's looking really nice here. And it's diving hard towards the middle. Will they get it by again? They just squeeze by and
great shot
bump it
to
back.
maybe lie two. Judging by the reaction there, he's just lying one, but great shot nonetheless.
That is a perfect shot. To be very precise there. Throw the right way to throw it on the broom, and they did just that.
Sean wanting Jared now to make the run back here and hopefully get both those blues moving.
Sorry, everything here though. Isn't this maybe another opportunity for Team Geall just to put up a guard and try to force Jim to one here?
That is the case, unless Jim's already lying 2, Jordan. I'm just not quite sure who shot rock up there. And if Jim's lying 2, I think this is the right call.
I want to just get his own reds there. It does leave the center guard. Now Jim's got a few options for himself. That blue one on the left that Steve just threw is wide open. Maybe play hit on that and make sure you're sitting 3. But he's going to elect to play the freeze here, Will. This one has to be going nice because if you set it up at the wrong angle, you might not be able to hit the blue on the button and get that red one out.
Might be able just to bump this blue a couple inches and ensure it's shot rock too with this shot. So wide and heavy right now. Here it comes.
Got some speed to it. Needs to slow down a bit. It will bump. No, it is for sure 2 right now for Team Cotter.
Skips first here.
There's a couple doubles Sean can make. And that's what he's looking at. And looks like now the double on the left can be very dangerous as it's very easy to jam and leave Cotter sitting 3. The double on the right side is pretty much unmakeable unless you run the red in.
So Sean now just talking about maybe playing the double tap on those 2 blues and getting the 1 blue out of there. So so blue would be shot rock, but red would be 2nd and 3rd.
And there's a very lonely red in there without last rock for Team Geall. Angles aren't too great for Sean as well. I think this is when you just take your medicine here and maybe guard the left side. You can also hit the one left very thin as well and take the top 2 out.
I think it's important not to roll. I mean, you play a big weight shot here, you're going to lose your shooter and likely lose that back red too. So all right, so they're playing, looking to get 2 of the blues moving, and will lose both their reds with this shot, but so. I don't think all 3 blues can go, though. I think the one they're driving in there might stick around here.
No, so 2 of the blues should go. The red should go as well. And the thinner you hit this, the better. If you hit this thick, Jim's gonna be sitting 3. It's a big weight here from Sean Geall.
I think made a nice shot there and doesn't quite get that one going as much as they were hoping, and it'll leave Team Cotter sitting 2 here with last rock advantage. And
yeah, there wasn't much Sean could do on that one there. That's probably really the best he could come out with that one. Advantage Team Cotter as they can chance to sit 2 here as they come around center guard. You see at the broom placement, This is definitely not curling like it was earlier in the round robin. As you see earlier, they're putting the broom on the edge of the 8-foot to draw to the center, but now just a little bit on the inside. Jim Cotter hasn't really found his draw weight so far today. Looking to make one here and sit 3 with the last rock. This one looks nice. As it can't be deep here. Do not want to be deep. And it will slide to the back of the pin, but it will give Sean a chance to freeze to it and probably force Jim to the single here.
Yeah, I would love to even bump this a couple inches and sit right there. I'm thinking Team Geall can be shot rock after this, Jordan?
Absolutely, of course. Just have to move that blue a hair and they'll probably be shot. So opportunity here for Team Geall to possibly steal one. Sean gets set to throw his final rock.
I think Sean would take a Forster one at this point, the way things were looking there, Jordan.
Absolutely, he'll be happy with anything right now. That's maybe 1 or 2. This one's just got to move. Weight looks there. It might be a little heavy. It's got a curl. And perfect shot by Sean Geall.
Did that one all on his own. The sweepers were just along for the ride.
No sweepers needed now. Jim Cotter's got a tough one here. Can he eliminate that red? I think that's dead buried as well. He's gonna have to paper thin this hit. Maybe could be a shot here for 2. I don't see this red going anywhere as well.
It is, yeah, it's on the other side of that blue. He's gonna have to get this really thin, but it's pretty tough.
Right now it's a steal of 1 for Sean Geall. We're off it. It's going to be close. And
what a shot.
Jim Cotter with a amazing shot there for 2. Paper thins that red. Doesn't get much better than that as Jim Cotter with the big deuce here in 4 to get back the lead.
Draws have not been precise for Jim today, but that was, and it's a great shot for 2 here in the 4th end of play here. Looking forward to 5th end action.
Yes, we'll be back right after this from Bel Air Direct.
Miles ago, Jim.
Shouldn't we be going faster?
Nah, with Bel Air Direct, you can save money on your optional car insurance by driving safely.
Up to 25%. Slow and steady, Jim.
Save up to 25% for safe driving on your optional car insurance with Bel Air Direct.
So back here at the Golden Ears Winter Club, we'll take you over now to sheet 2 for the women's side as Kayla McMillan, the 3rd for Team Daniels, throws her final stone here. As Team Daniels currently down by 1.
That one will stay for shot rock in the back.
So they are shot rock back 8 foot as there is another one on the kind of like back key line for Team Ryan. That's just on kind of splitting the 12 foot and the 8 foot. Looks like just a come around draw here for Kristen Ryan on her first.
So up one without playing the third end here. Rick Sawatsky is just being asked to throw a tight center guard. If Sean does what he's been doing previously in this game, he'll ignore this guard and go put up a corner guard for himself and set himself up for later on in the end.
We're at sheet 2. Kristen Ryan gets set to throw her first. She is playing the hit here. But it is getting very close to the guard. And will just get by. Will they make contact? They will make contact, and they are now sitting 2. Sarah deciding what to do with her first rock.
Nick Meister made no mistake with his corner guard, and Rick's just going to draw around that center now. Guys are on that end-to-end, and they dragged it nicely to the top 12 foot.
Take a look at it, as you can see. Just partially in his.
So nice call here from Sean Geall. He put that corner guard up, and they're going to use it right away here, especially with that draw of Rick's not being in the 4 foot. If that had been top 4, you might have seen Sean play a freeze here around the center guard, but opportunity now to make use of that corner guard and get play towards the wings. That should be your goal if you have last rock advantage.
Back over to sheet 2 now. Sarah Daniels gets set to throw her first rock. It's Nick Meister. And racks on the corner. Will come up short. Sarah just trying to sit in the pocket there on the left. So now Holly Horvath on the brush. The weight looks nice, so that's gonna come in nice. They need to get there to sit shots, and
it will.
It will, and looks like it does look like it is. It is a little open here. Actually, it might be closer. No, maybe red isn't shot here. You know, we're taking a good look at it.
I jumped the gun there, Jordan.
Now, for if you're Team Ryan here and you are shot, do you just maybe put up the guard?
Mm-hmm.
For Sarah, there'll be a tough come around with the 2 guards on the right there.
So coming up a little light there over on sheet C here. We have Jim now just going to use all those rocks in the top 12 foot as guards and come around them. Sorry, Sean is, and with those staggered the way they are, they're not all that useful to Jim Cotter right now. Important to get this one by the guard.
It's going to be close, and it just
Great
sneaks by.
And,
where is it going to stop? It will stop back 4 foot, and back over to sheet 2. I believe Team Ryan thinks they are shot rock, and it looks like I believe they are calling the guard. There isn't a lot of ice. Stan Junior gets set to throw, trying to follow Team Geall down and lock it on. This one just needs to move for them. It's not. It's a little heavy as well. It's going to come slide back for, and a great opportunity here for Team Geall to sit 2 buried with some backing. Back over to sheet 2 now. It's Team Ryan with the guard. Looks like they're on this for weight and probably line. But comes to rest, and I think that does the job. Okay, they're just having a look just to make sure. Maybe there might be a
coming around the horn there, coming up both yours and up.
There is a blue halfway between the 8-foot and the 12-foot, just behind the tee line. That does look like she can see it, almost a natural double for her too. Maybe you can come around that long guard and hopefully curls enough and just tap yours up a hair. Just going back to sheet 3 quickly. It's Team Geall comes up top 4 there. Looks like they are possibly sitting 2, 1 for sure. Steve Lakecock throws his first stone. Or no, it's... Yep.
Yeah, looking to chop and lie here, it looks like. To be on the guard.
Tough end for Team Cotter here.
Nice to, not bad though to unstagger those things, and all of a sudden those blues in the front can be used.
Yeah, those two blues kind of are almost lined up on that red rock.
So Sean's going to have to be careful not to leave something here for Jim. You see Sebastian coming down. He is the second on this team, but it's been a back-end player for most of his career, so lots of experience and perspective on this team to need on a top level here.
I talk this over. We'll go back to sheet 2. It looks like Sarah might be playing a run back. Or maybe through the hole. And she's going to rack on the guard, and I think we're going to measure here, see who scores.
So my lip reading was that Shannon thinks it's them, but they're going to measure anyhow. I worked with Shannon for a few years, so I can read those lips okay.
Quickly move back to our feature matchup here as Team Geall still discussing of what exactly they can do. We'll update you on who scored the point when it happens. But I think what also comes into effect here for Team Geall is if they're second shot or not. It's hard to tell from our vantage point. Looks like they're playing a guard.
Guarding the 3 rocks on the center line, I'm thinking, Jordan. Those are the ones that
Right.
Sean could use.
Sean's still undecided.
It looks to me like the double run could really leave Cotter in a good spot if he got it a hair high side, but it's
he could hit and roll in. So they're going to come down to have another look at it. So they measure over on sheet 2, and it's 1 red. I think not too certain there. We'll wait till they put up the score. I'll wait till he throws first. There was no clear indication there.
looks like
it is a score of 1 for Team Daniels. As that game is now tied through 4. Looks like Team Geall has made a decision. I guess almost try to get to this inside of the one that's maybe top 12? Or just a guard on the center line? Or are they playing a tap? I didn't see
the call either, the final call either, Jordan, but somewhere on the center line here it looks like.
I think it's safe to say it is a guard.
It's just coming a little deeper than prescribed.
We'll hit the top one. We'll change the angles down. Probably
They're only almost better now.
I think it is much better for Team Cotter. That is so much better. You don't have to throw a lot of weight at this one either. Just maybe throw a board waiter.
Just gonna let Jim get out of the way there and have a look here.
Or no, maybe it's kind of lined up to kind of hit it dead on. It might just stick there. There's a little room to work with, probably a few inches of separation. They are going to play this double tap here, I believe. Again, don't need to throw a lot of weight at this one. Got Steve Laycock as he throws his first.
Can't afford to touch that red first.
It's really diving towards center. Only contact, but he will hit the red and spill. And I believe he is sitting shot.
And, Jared being asked here to likely make the run back there, and
Sit two if he can roll in.
not sure of the weight call. Looks like it's maybe a board weight call here, or hackish or something.
Keeping the sweepers involved in this one. Shows around this right out of his hand. And they go off. It's gonna be close. Look, it's gonna be close. Did it curl too much? Oh no, it didn't. It's perfect. Sits there. Now 2 for Geall.
Great shot there from Jared. Well done.
Great weight as well. Team Cotter does have kind of a pocket here for this kind of slash, but there is a hole. Could even hit those two that are lined up. Should get by the top one. They can sit back in their blue and still be shot stone. Maybe Jim's looking at maybe the more difficult shot here and just trying to like hit and kind of slash that blue on the right in on the...
Yeah, that angle run there is pretty simple, especially if there's kind of a wall of red there to run it into. It'd be pretty unlucky to drive it through the two of those reds there. So,
And it will open up that side if he does make it. No matter what, he'll open up that side, just depending where the rock will end up once it's all said and done.
looks like Jim's gonna keep the weight up on this one, so he's not throwing a tap. He's throwing more of a run back here, looking to kill one or two of those reds.
Car, we saw him make that wonderful hit for two, or a little thin, whatever you want to call it, peel. Take out for two in the last thing. He's got a slash here on his first stone in this fifth.
They haven't laid a broom to it yet.
This is a little wide. Does it hit too thin? And it does. And now we'll use Geall with an open draw now to sit two with hammer.
Yeah, with that kind of weight, it really opened things up over there with shooter rolling out, and nice chance now for Sean to sit a couple buried.
Great opportunity here. You just need to put this rock in the right spot. That's what they're figuring out right now.
You can see that Jim will have the choice of, depending on where this rock gets placed, Jim's either going to be playing a double run on the red-blue combination, or maybe he'll be able to run his blue-blues in there. Just kind of depends on where this rock's positioned.
I feel the red to blue will be more likely. If this rock ends up where Team Geall wants it, I think red-blue would be the only option. Pressures are on often, which is always a good sign. This one does look a little heavy though. It just looks like it needs to curl right now for Team Geall.
14:56 on the hog-to-hog time.
That's close. Where is it gonna sit? It needs to sit down, and it will sit top T-line on the button. Sitting two right now for Sean Geall.
So you definitely can't get them both out of there. Jim's just figuring out how to maybe get one of those reds out of there and keep Team Geall to a single this end, or even keep them to two here at the moment.
Line it up. You gotta be careful that it could also maybe just clip that one on the top one. But if you do that, Team Geall will most likely be sitting one after it. It'll be a good chance to force. But this is what Team Cotter is going to play. Gonna hit it right on the nose.
He's looking to kill that red in the back 4 foot here with this shot.
Contact, and we'll stick it.
Mission accomplished, and it'll be a draw for two for Sean Geall here.
Now he's got to play the same shot he did on his last one, and he'll get that lead back. As we stand right now, it is just it will be a tie game at 3 apiece, but Sean looking to get that extra point in there.
You were watching the final of the King Cash here.
Presented by Coronation Business Group here at the Golden Ears Winter Club in Maple Ridge. Sweepers haven't touched this one. They do have some backing there. It looks like
Coming into his own though, and doesn't want to tap that too far.
Let's sit in time. And tough one for Team Geall as he had two. They're going to take a look at it, but I'll assume it's just one. An opportunity lost for Team Geall. We'll be back right after this with the sixth end here at the King Cash Men's Final.
Miles ago, champ.
Shouldn't we be going faster?
Nah, with Bel Air Direct, you can save money on your optional car insurance by driving safely.
Up to 25%. Slow and steady, champ.
Save up to 25% for safe driving on your optional car insurance with Bel Air Direct.
Woo-hoo. Sick fight, you gotta see this. Look, 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 look.
Shh. I'm saving money.
Save up to 25% on your optional car insurance for safe driving with Bel Air Direct.
Welcome back to the sixth end here at the King Cash. Nick Meister is going to kick things off here.
Team Geall only getting the single in that last end after just being a little too heavy on the draw.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to see that. It was the same draw that Sean had just thrown there, and on his first one, just threw a little more weight.
We are tied up here in the sixth end. Team Cotter with the hammer as Nick's gonna throw the center guard. And it will land on the center line. Just on the center line. Jordan Kiss here with you alongside Will Sutton of this Coronation Business Group King Cash Men's Final. The first event on the BC Men's Tour presented by Bel Air Direct Insurance and Best Western, the official hotel of Curl BC. I'd also like to thank our event sponsors, Via Sport and Hosting BC, supporting all Curl BC events throughout the season. Of course, tour points up for grabs, CTRS points up for grabs, and some cash up for grabs as well, as the winner of this game will take home $4,000, while the runner-up will take down $2,500.
Team Cotter is our defending BC men's champion, so they have the bye to the provincials this year, but Team Geall's looking to either get their spot on the provincials by earning the CTRS spot or the BC Curling Tour berths that are available. There's two of those, so and these points are also still important to Jim Cotter as he tries to qualify for Grand Slams, so every point counts when you're trying to get into those more elite events on the World Curling Tour.
Yep. So now Nick Meister is going to come around here as Rick Sawatsky placed his on the top 12 foot. He's up a little short.
So Rick here wants to put this one in the top 12 or top 8 foot. He doesn't want to come right into the top button like it would look great, but it's just a little too early in the end for that. So just looking to be in the top 12 to top 8 foot here.
This one's hanging out a little bit, but will be partially buried. And Sean's gonna ask Sebastian just to play a freeze tap. Trying to make this one curl now, as it's right now not on the inside. Weight's good though, just
Nice shot. That ran really similarly to Rick's.
perfect weight too there by Sebastian. He's locked right into the nose, and Jim's gonna ask Andrew to maybe place it a little shorter, maybe try to make some contact with this one. I don't think that right one's gonna go, but no, it is just gonna be a
Freeze here, I think.
freeze guard top 12 foot here.
A little straighter out here, not a ton of ice required.
Will come to the red stone and bump through blue, but he's got 3 lined up there on the left. And
Sean now tied without hammer here in the 6th end.
I don't know, a tough spot right now, really. What to do is like maybe put one on top. You could. Hit and roll is definitely there. You can maybe just draw on that side as well, but I don't think it's currently enough for you to do so. See what they decide here. Looks like maybe a run back.
Yeah, it looks like they're playing a run back here and wanting to keep their shooter and this red they're running back in play if they can.
I think they might just be running it straight back onto the blue of the top 12 and maybe even make a double out of this on the blues.
We need Nick to back this one up a little bit.
Maybe just throw it into the pile and they will take the back one out and kind of leave a corner guard. A very good result there for Team Geall.
But if you're Team Cotter, you've got couple corner guards up now, and things are opening up a little.
That Red Rock is free of backing, so you could maybe make a play on that. No, Team Geall does have a double on those 2 blues, and if they do that, they'll be buried as well.
So Jim's looking to save his shooter here, called board weight. See, it's awfully straight. He's only taken a few inches of ice. Expect to see Rick holding this one if they're close.
This one's close to the red. It is.
Oh,
They just got off it too late.
second time today that Nerpin's just rubbed a guard, and nice throw, just a little miss on the line call there.
Oh, gee, looks like they are going to play the double and try to sit 2 buried. Even the nose isn't too bad. Try to call Yama now. Looks like they are just playing the nose hit. And then maybe just roll the other way a little bit. They are sitting 1 and 3 now for Sean Geall. As Jim's gonna ask Steve to play the same shot. Got a little more room this time.
So Nerpin just trying to get this one to curl as much as they can here. And gonna leave the double though. If that had just curled a little more, it would have made the double a bit trickier.
It will just be a nose hit now to lie 2 without last rock. It's Jared Kolomaya now.
Jared's looking to make the double and save his shooter here.
This one's pretty close to the red. Is it going to squeeze by? It will. Won't make both blues disappear now. Sitting 2, but chance for Team Cotter to make a double and sit partially buried at the top of the 12-foot.
Yeah, the good news is it won't be fully buried if they make the double. It should sit open a bit unless they're able to spin it up. Not a whole lot of room to spin up there either, just a few inches. Steve Laycock, going in his 3rd season here with Jim Cotter.
Need second? Right? Second, right?
Is it second?
Yeah, it's second. Yes.
Yeah, second.
Yes. And he does make the double, and we'll peek out. Sean heads down to throw his first rock here in the 6th end. It's a 3-3 tie here in the men's final. Call him on early. This one's taking its time. Now did they lose it? We'll stick that right on the beak. Maybe Steve suggested just to ignore that one and just play the draw around the corner. But Jim's gonna like to hit, keeping kind of the blank alive if need be. Jim Cotter here with his first stone. And he's gonna hit and he's gonna roll and sit there in the 12-foot. And Sean's gonna attempt to make the hit and roll here and hopefully force Team Cotter to 1. This one's wider than what we have seen so far this weekend. East wants to get rid of this blue rock, and worst case it is a blank end, and will it sit down? It will.
Shot.
Sean Geall with a perfect roll. Great line call by Jared Kolomaya. An update over on sheet 2 in the women's final at steal of 1 for Team Daniels. In the 5th end, they are now up 4-3 over Team Ryan as they just started the 6th.
So with no easy way to make the blank here, Team Cotter is going to draw for their 1, and
Sean Geall with a perfect shot. Jim has been struggling with his draw weight so far here in the front. This one's still on the red. And it's just gets by, and now they can sweep it. But did they wait too long? So it's over curling.
be a steal of 1 here in the 6th end.
Interesting take to Path. I know he had the backing, but Sean Geall with a big steal, and we'll go up 4-3 as we're heading towards the home stretch here in the men's final of the King Cash.
Miles ago, champ.
Shouldn't we be going faster?
Nah, with Bel Air Direct, you can save money on your optional car insurance by driving safely.
Up to 25%. Slow and steady, champ.
Save up to 25% for safe driving on your optional car insurance with Bel Air Direct.
Woo-hoo. Sick fight, you gotta see this. Look, 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 look.
Shh, I'm saving money.
Save up to 25% on your optional car insurance for safe driving with Bel Air Direct.
Welcome back to the 7th end of the King Cash. It's Team Geall leading 4-3 here after unexpected miss there from Jim Cotter. Leaves Team Geall with a steal of 1 there after a great hit and roll by Sean on his last. So with that center guard coming in just a little bit tight, a beautiful tick made there by Rick Sawatsky. Jim would be happy to blank this end, or based on that call, I think you might have seen him throw a corner guard had the goal been to score 2 or 3. They're really wanting to make the hit and stick here.
Rick will hit, and he will stick. And now Sean's going to ask Sebastian for a long hit and roll behind the guards. He will just hit and stick it again, and Jim will just put the broom down, and maybe, what do you try for a roll here? Or maybe just try to stick and just kind of just roll just a hair just to make sure you're in the rings.
Yeah, I think he'd like to hit and roll in here, and looks like Jim's looking to blank this end.
This down one will love the opportunity with Hammer coming home. This one's looking good. They're going to roll it all the way over behind, kind of in between the, well, it's mostly behind the center guard, and Sean's going to maybe see if they can freeze to it. There is a hole. They can play like a hit and roll if they have to, but yeah, they're going to play some weight at this.
Yeah, might even be able to get to the nose. Sebastian here throwing the second stones for Sean Geall this season. Jared is on it right out of his hand.
This one's getting pretty close to the red, is it? And it's not going to get by. He will open it up though, but
all of a sudden, opportunity here for Jim Cotter to maybe set up a 2 or 3 ender with ticking that center guard. He might have rather taken that one right out of play had the tick happen.
So it's now a corner guard for Team Cotter, letting him go over around the red one instead of his own rock. This one's a little further apart from the one that's top 4.
Exactly.
This one's getting close now to the guard. They had to go on it to get it by, but will it stick? And it's going to slide right on through.
So through 7 ends, battle of seconds has definitely been won by Sebastian Robillard. There have been a few key misses at second stone today for Andrew. Ticked a couple and a little heavy on that draw there.
And Jared Kolomaya trying to hit and roll behind the blue. And we'll just stick it there on the right on the nose, and Jim will try to do the same thing and flop a little bit. Just gonna knock that one and roll a little more towards center, and another chance for Jarrett to make the roll. So we get ready to start the third's final stones. This one's got a curl for him. I might just, again, just stick on the nose. It's just exchanging here, not just, if anything, just moving the rocks up the house. And again, another one on the nose. Now, as we approach skipstones here, Geall at least wanting to force Jim to take one here. Now, what's the best way at this moment, Will, for him to do that?
Well, he's looking at making the hit and roll here on his first. Hopefully, then Jim's just gonna obviously play that short little run back and hopefully spills them all, and then Sean can go around that red corner on his last, ideally to get the force. But looks like things are setting up for a blank at the moment. Another option for Sean would have been to hit and roll behind his own red now, but that's obviously a longer hit and roll and would give Jim Cotter a chance to go around the blue corner guard and maybe get his deuce. So just looking to choke things off here with the hit and roll behind the blue.
It's on this right out of his hand. Jared calls him off. It's going to be very close. Will they roll? Is Nick? No, they a little overswept. They stick up top. So Jim's gonna probably play this one on the nose. First rock for Jim Cotter here in the 7th end. He's going to hit, and he will sit at the top 12, and safe to say Sean will just go after it. Or Jared may be suggesting maybe
So Jared looking at going around it, saying, you know, what's the big deal if we give up our 2 here? We're still only going to be 1 down coming home, and he'd rather be there than 1 up, it looks like.
Yeah, I guess at this point it's all about kind of mostly about preference.
Another smart option here, though, is to make the hit and roll, and if you are comfortable, if Sean is comfortable being 1 up, try to make the hit and roll here and get the force to 1 maybe that way. So Sean's going to try to roll this behind his own red guard now, so rolling the other way.
Not a lot of room to maneuver there. Not a lot of rings. So like in the last one, he can make that perfect hit and roll when he needs to.
Or he might be rolling this behind the blue, actually, Jordan. I'm not entirely certain.
I think that was the call.
Okay.
Maybe it is going around the red. I think they've put it on the nose, which seems to be the theme this end. And Jim's just gonna make contact here for the blank. Jim Cotter now just playing it down the way, and the hit is made, and
Makes no mistake there. It's been an entertaining game of curling here
it
through
has
7
been, and
innings.
it's going to be a 1 point lead for Team Geall over Team Cotter as we head to the 8th end here in the men's final of the King Cash Spiel here in Maple Ridge.
Miles ago, champ.
Shouldn't we be going faster?
Nah, with Bel Air Direct, you can save money on your optional car insurance by driving safely.
Up to 25%. Slow and steady, champ.
Save up to 25% for safe driving on your optional car insurance with Bel Air Direct.
Woo-hoo. Sick fight. You gotta see this. Look. 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 Look.
Shh. I'm saving money.
Save up to 25% on your optional car insurance for safe driving with Bel Air Direct.
Welcome back. Nick Meister's going to kick things off here at the King Cash. Shout out to our event sponsors, Coronation Business Group, as well as Bel Air Direct, the title sponsor of the BC Curling Tour, along with Best Western.
And also Via Sport and Hosting BC.
They're supporting all the men's and ladies events on the BC Curling Tour this year. So whether you're going to Kamloops, Kelowna, Vernon, hosting BC and supporting those events.
Also like to take this time to thank everybody here at the Golden Ears Winter Club for putting on a great event. Dean Jonice, who's the manager, has been doing the ice. Shannon Jonice, who's been doing some organizing as well as all the volunteers who have helped Dean with the ice, working in the concession or working the bars. Event doesn't go on without all of the great help behind the scenes, and we appreciate that from you. And it's Jordan Kiss here with you, with Will Sutton, as first rock from Nick comes into the rings, and Jim's going to throw the cornered guard down 1 with hammer here in the last end.
And our leader / producer, Marcio, has been doing a great job keeping us on track here, giving you guys a nice feed from both ends. So thanks to him for all the hard work in this little pilot project we're doing.
Now this is not possible without him. There's another score update for on the women's final. It was a blank end in the 6th, and Team Ryan holds the hammer down 1 as they play 7.
Mission accomplished there for Nick Meister, throwing a nice one top 8 on his first, and gets the guard lined up perfectly there on his second.
2 perfect shots for Nick to start his team off the right foot here in the final end.
You know you're going to have to play well anytime you're playing against Jim Cotter and Rick Sawatsky, and Nick's had a great game here.
As the Sweepers drag this one in, is going to come up to the top 12. Good spot.
Sean just wondering when he can start, when Team Cotter can start peeling.
He's going to throw 1 more guard.
So realizing that Team Cotter is probably going to play a double peel, he's going to try to have some separation here on this. So wanting this in the 1 zone.
Sebastian Robillard now. This one kind of needs to
curl, but it also needs to stop. And, it's going to be too deep, and set up the double peel for Jim, should he want to play it.
He's not really, he's probably considering it right now, but maybe seeing what else they got, maybe like come around. Or he's going to play the freeze, Will. Very interesting call. Of course, he does play the double peel.
Angles will be nice for him if he's makes this freeze.
Yeah.
He'll have the access to that red rock from both sides, but can make that double peel a little later in the end. It's pretty simple.
If the case may be, and Sean could just hit that blue out, then Jim might just be forced to his 1. So still trying to generate his 2.
So they're on it early. Looks like it's curling too, just taking a bit of a different flight path.
This is light.
And Andrew Nerpin continues to struggle a little bit this afternoon.
Now it's going to stagger those ones, which is not great. Sean Geall is sitting quite nicely, sitting one of the top 8 foot just outside the floor. Now, where do you put this guard if you're Team Geall? Or if you're maybe really want to get aggressive, you can maybe draw around.
Good time here to touch base as a team and look at all the options. So expecting Jim to probably play a peel on his next there. I like that call that Sean made initially there to kind of choke off that freeze, and
Jared's there coming around, being aggressive, because you know it's going to take Jim. If you get around there, Jim's going to have to peel, and then you can throw up another guard
for sure. We are early here on seconds last, I believe. Is it? What do we count here? Yeah, seconds last.
There's no time clocks nor any timeouts, so these guys can take as long as they want, and they've elected to go with the come around draw.
Looking to sit two behind a lot of staggered guards, but
I feel this is the shot that I would play in this situation. Like, the opportunity's there to really sit quite nicely for yourself. You've got lots of room to come in there, and it's 2 sets of staggered guards. And if you are light, you do want to be short of the rings. Just gonna need some good communication here between the sweepers and the house. And
the line looks great.
Does need to curl. So Nick's trying to get some curl on it. Like, the weight's okay, but it needs to finish for them. It needs to finish, and it's gonna come in there. And a good shot, but there might be a thin double for Team Cotter if they want, or maybe Jim's gonna ask Andrew how much he can see. Maybe looking at the angles up front, maybe look at this. So be blue, red, and the blue will come across, hit the red, and the red will go into the blue. That's a extremely complicated. I'll have to throw a ton of weight at that as well.
Andrew Nerpin definitely has that ability. The other option Jim was looking at was if the thin double was there on those 2 reds in the 8 foot, but that's pretty thin shot. And
very thin.
If he wants to use that corner guard a little later on in the end, I like moving these rocks around on the center line.
I feel like they have realized that they do need to clear up those guards a bit, because of course Cotter still needs to make sure he can score at least 1 here or force an extra. Looks like they might just decide on playing maybe just a straight double peel. I know they will play it that way, and good result there for Team Cotter as that gives them a little more breathing room. As we're now on to the third stones. And now it's a question, what do you do with this rock?
Couple options. You can come right in there and maybe tap that a little bit and roll in behind that center guard and keep things staggered. You can also just throw a tight center guard here.
I don't mind what they're maybe just doing here. Just
looks like they're going to throw the tap freeze there.
Yep. Come around, maybe hopefully try to split the center line.
So thirds first here in the 8th end of the King Cash.
It's the men's final. $4,000 up for grabs, plus CTRS points as well.
Line looks a little tight right now.
Weight's good. Maybe just let it slide on by, and they will. So it's gonna sit on the forefoot on the right there. It's gonna pop open.
Chance now for Jim here to looks like he's playing the hit and is he playing the double, Jordan, or the hit and roll?
This ice looks like he's playing just a tap.
Oh, just a tap here.
Just a
Looking
tap.
to roll in a little bit there.
There, so of course that red rock on the top 8 for a little more dangerous than the one on the forefoot right now for Team Cotter. Just tap, maybe create a wall that you can use for some backing later on.
Right, looks like it's backline-ish. Hack.
And they will tap, and they will get the short roll in, and looks like it is only Team Geall sitting the 1. So that is a usable rock for Team Cotter right now. Looking at just getting rid of it.
Yeah, they've got that short run back. They could also throw the in-turn draw here and go top forefoot, but Jim can definitely use that blue that he's just thrown there.
So that's a call, just to run it in and get rid of it. You gotta be careful you don't jam. That'll really bring the 2 into play.
You'd love to keep the rock you're running back here on the center line. Should it just hit the blue and roll out, you might see Jim all of a sudden get to use that corner guard he's got over there.
Jared Kolomaya with his final rock here.
They're on it early, trying to hold it.
This one looks like it's gonna over curl, and they will straight peel. An opportunity here for Team Cotter to get their deuce. An update on the women's final. They did blank 7, so now it's Team Ryan down 1 with the hammer as they begin their final end. So all games coming down to the wire. We've been treated to many good games here at the King Cash.
You can see here the Team Cotter doesn't want to roll this one totally buried, as that could be an out for Sean later on in this end. So he's just looking to roll this one over a few inches and make the double tough, and but not looking to roll this one right behind the guard. Obviously a nose hit leaves the double for Sean Geall, so he's looking to roll this away just a bit.
Steve Laycock.
Just looking to get this one to curl a little more.
I don't want to roll out here.
No.
And they will. Big miss there by Steve, and Geall's got an opportunity now to force Cotter to his 1.
What'd that look like to you? A normal weight?
It did look like normal. They did play a lot of weight at that.
We have seen some teams this week play a little more of a control weight and bringing the sweepers into it there, and nothing wrong with the weight call, just observation that was a little more weight than we've maybe been seeing at some of the other teams we've been watching this weekend for hitting stick around like that.
Especially on an open hit too. Usually control is the default. Just make this one go away right now for Team Geall. He is tight. You got to be careful of the jam here as Nick Meister is on it. So it's got to hold this. You got to watch me jam on the back one. And it will jam. But Team Geall is still sitting 2. Sean Geall keeping the deuce alive for Team Cotter. Now, do you play the double if you're Jim here?
So the double, if Jim makes the double there, he'd probably leave a double back for Sean.
So he just looks like maybe playing a freeze. Now, by playing a freeze here, does that... I don't think that'll allow that blue one at the back to maybe come into play.
No, you're right, Jordan. He's looking to score his deuce here, maybe by making the freeze here and forcing Sean Geall to make the freeze back. And if he happens not to not, he'll have a draw for the win. Obviously, a little bit of the risk here is you're shrinking your scoring area down. So after a couple freezes here, it's likely Jim's going to need to draw the full 4 foot to go the extra end.
And draw's been hard to come by for Jim Cotter here in this one. See if he can make one here. Line looks really good.
15 seconds on the hog-to-hog time. That should be T-line.
And they're trying to keep it straight. Or maybe making a curl now, maybe bury a piece. And
Great shot.
Jim, perfect time to find his draw weight, and he puts it on the pin. And I think if you're Sean here, you could just peel it out and give Jim the double for the win, or you could just play a hit and roll and stick around, and then we'll probably force Jim to his 1.
Yeah, that double for the win is risking the loss too, so you might see Jim just walk up and throw the draw for 1.
I think that's what Sean is hoping for. It just looks like just get rid of this. Haven't
laying
put
a broom on it yet.
broom on it. Looks like he will have a piece, just enough. And Jim Cotter, what does he want to play here? He has a double for the win, or he can draw for his one and go to an extra end.
If he likes the double, I like it. It's a chance here to win the game, and not having last rocket advantage in the extra is doesn't bode well.
And he's going to go for it. Taking his chances.
So it won't be an extra end here at the King Cash. It's going to be...
Could still go an extra. You never know. There's a chance you could maybe only get one out of this. Highly unlikely, but anything's possible. It's Jim Cotter, last stone here in the 8th end for the win. It's a double for two. It's gonna be close, and he sticks it. And Sean Geall is your 2019 King Cash champion as Jim Cotter sticks the double. He'll take away some valuable CTRS points as well as $4,000 in cash. It's for Sean. It's his second time winning this one, and a big victory over Team Cotter.
Very entertaining game, and looking forward here to see what happens in the final of the women's now.
I'll get you over to that now. So we are on second stones here in the final end. On the women's side, it is Team Daniels up one without last rock here in the 8th. It's Holly Donaldson. Here's the shot as we try to get a better angle for you. There's our producer Marcio. Getting a good look there.
So, Kristen Rex trailing by one, playing the last end here.
Rex, you just...
Ryan is trailing by one here, playing the last end, and looking to sit two here.
For all the names, that's the one that gives you trouble. Now Megan Daniels as we're approaching second stones.
Sounds good.
Yes, that one. It's got some speed to it. Will it rest? It will come to stop at the back 12 foot. Looks like it is blue sitting two.
Team Daniels just looking to tap this rock top 12 foot up. Frozen to the Ryan Stone there, and biting the 4 foot. Third's last here for Team Daniels, and
I think it's third's first.
third's first. Sorry.
Yep. So right now looking good for Team Ryan. Of course, the throw together team. You enter this field just to even it out.
And the out turn hit and roll needs 2 to win here, so really wants to make sure the shooter sticks around and lies 3. As there is a double there for Sarah Daniels.
Shannon Jones now delivers her rock. And they do make a nice roll.
Great shot from Shannon Jones.
Great shot, great line call by Kristen, and they are sitting 3 with here. This one looks like it's a little wide. It's gonna... Will it sit? Will it sit? It will sit. Spin back.
For shot stone, it looks like
It is shot. Kata McMillan with a lovely shot. And that one is buried as well. That is a big one by her and for her team.
It looks like it has poked out the other side, and Team Ryan can pick it.
You have to be careful with that blue one at the back of the 12-foot. Hit this one thin. Looks like Shannon can maybe see about half that rock. I'm just kind of wanting to see how much she can afford to hit here. Sweepers are on it, Megan Daniels and Dom Santa. Will they get by? They do, and oh, what a shot, what a sweep.
So doesn't really look like there's anywhere to hide for Sarah Daniels right now with Team Ryan lying 3. Might have to just play that in-turn draw around.
Now try to maybe bury back in, and hopefully you can force the one here and go to an extra. Like that is the call to come around. You gotta get this one by the guard. But they're gonna rack on the one top 12. But does look like they're now might be second shot. Or maybe they are shot as Team Ryan is gonna go after it.
Short run back here for Kristen.
Worst case, you do open it up for yourself. As Kristen gets set to throw her first one. She does have the last rock here, down by 1 in the final end. The winner on the women's side will receive $3,000, and again, 0 points and CTRS points up for grabs. Kristen Ryan. Short run back here to eliminate the redstone. And she will make it, and now sitting 4, no guards up.
Rock in the 8 foot ahead of the tee line, so there's nothing really even to freeze to.
Where do you go if you're Sarah Daniels? I feel like the only option right now is just to corner freeze that one on the 8 foot and kind of hope for the best. Or you could. I honestly think that's the only shot, Will.
I'm agreeing with you there, Jordan. You can freeze for second shot, but Kristen's just going to draw for her too. That if you do that, so corner freeze to that blue, or even freeze on the face of it and make the shot for 2 the draw for 2 a little tougher. Even if you don't get shot rock, you could freeze on the full 8 on the face of that blue rock ahead of the tee line.
The way they're looking at it right now, looks like they're gonna concede the 1 and kind of hope Team Ryan misses their shot for 2. Or if they're going maybe partially bury behind that blue on the 8 foot if they can and sit shot.
Yeah, both those options are good,
They are gonna corner freeze.
Another good option here, corner freeze and at least force Shannon to get the full 8 foot.
It is what she
Kristen,
played.
sorry.
It is what she played on her last one. It is a very interesting call. And forcing Kristen to play the touch shot here instead of maybe the hit, or what she'll most likely play if she corner freezes the one on the 8 foot. But it is a draw to cut them down to 1 for now for Sarah Daniels on her last stone here in the 8th. And they have to be second shot or else this game is over. They have to get it there. Speed looks good. Is the line good? Is it gonna over curl? It's light and it is short. And Team Ryan are your women's King Cash champions for 2019.
They entered this Spiel to fill it out, and on their home club ice, made lots of shots and came out on top. So congratulations to Kristen Ryan, Shannon Jonice, Megan Daniels, and Holly Horvat.
Holly Horvat, yes, of course we will see Sarah this upcoming weekend in the first junior tour event at the Royal City for the Anita Cochran Memorial. We'll of course be live streaming all the games from there as well. I'd also like to give one last shout out to our sponsors, Bel Air Direct, Best Western, Coronation Business Group, Via Sport, and Will Sutton. From myself and Will Sutton, thank you for joining us this weekend. We had a great time. We'll talk to you again on Friday at the Anita Cochran. Thank you and have a good night.
Miles to go, champ.
Shouldn't we be going faster?
Nah, with Bel Air Direct, you can save money on your optional car insurance by driving safely.
Up to 25%. Slow and steady, champ.
Save up to 25% for safe driving on your optional car insurance with Bel Air Direct.
Woo-hoo. Sick fight. You gotta see this. Look. 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 Look.
Shh. I'm saving money.
Save up to 25% on your optional car insurance for safe driving with Bel Air Direct.